ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜੱਟ ਹੈ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਬਣ ਜੇ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਇੰਜੀਨੀਅਰ ਬਣ ਜੇ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਜੋ ਕੁਝ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਬਣ ਜੇ, ਜੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਖੁਰਚਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰੋ, ਉਹ ਅੰਦਰੋਂ ਕਿਸਾਨ ਨਿਕਲਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੈਲੀਫੋਰਨੀਆ ਦੀ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਅਪੀਲ ਹੈ ਖਾਸ ਕਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਫਾਰਮਿੰਗ ਐਂਡ ਦੈਟਸ ਹਾਊ ਗਾਟ ਮੀ ਆਲਸੋ ਇਨਟੂ ਫਾਰਮਿੰਗ। 21st ਸੈਂਚੁਰੀ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਤੋਪਾਂ ਤਲਵਾਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜ਼ਮਾਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇੱਥੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੈਪਨ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਮੀਡੀਆ। ਤੇ ਜੇ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਇੱਕ ਐਸਾ ਵੈਪਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿੱਤ ਵੀ ਹਾਸਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੇ ਦੁਸ਼ਮਣ ਨੂੰ ਮਿੱਤਰ ਵੀ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ।
That is another thing which Dr. Poonia also helped me through that Sikh Council of Central California, that we got that right into the syllabus in the curriculum books now, which are being taught in schools and in the post-secondary education also.
This is your host Anju Sharma with NRIpress.com, currently running in USA, Canada, England, New Zealand, Fiji, and India. Our mission is all about NRIs from any part of the world. And when they travel to India, we have created a platform for them. So for any help regarding medical, banking needs, real estate issues, or legal aspects, we have a network there and it's already running. I think in a couple of weeks, me and Mr. Gary Agarwal are going to talk more about it and give you all the details how this platform can be used by every NRI going back to their hometowns or home country and avail those services. Please welcome Mr. Gary Agarwal. He is the co-founder of NRI Press, who created this mission not only to bring together all the NRIs or help them worldwide, especially in India, because a lot of people don't travel there from many countries and they are not very aware of the new systems, new government policies. So we have that education platform for them right when they step in there. But his mission is also much wider than that. We have so many successful stories all over the world. The people who came to this country 50 years back, 70 years back, and they created history. But unfortunately, there was nobody who reached out to them and wanted to introduce them to everybody in the world. And this is the very initial step taken by Mr. Agarwal. He is so proud of them as a fellow NRI, and he wants them to bring to this platform to introduce to them all over the world and share their success stories. And I have done a lot of episodes by now. And I myself, I wasn't even aware about their struggle. Today I talk, he's a very successful lawyer, very successful doctor, or a businessman, but we don't know the struggle and the history they went through to get where they are today. Today we are in conversation with Dr. Mohinder Singh Poonia, a very, very famous and successful cardiologist from Fresno. Dr. Poonia did his pre-medical and medical school from Patiala. That's a very renowned city in Punjab. And he went to the college, Mahindra College, and not only he got his degrees there, he's a gold medalist. Tell me, guys, how proud we feel that a guy came from Patiala. Today, there are a lot of medical institutions in India, but that time in 70s, it was very rare to get into a medical college. It wasn't a system like we have today. And then he moved to USA in 1975, did his post-graduation in internal medicine and cardiology, and he practices in 1981, I think he started his practice in Fresno. And he has his private practice, and plus he's affiliated with many, many, many hospitals where he provides his advice, his services, and whatever needed. But the amazing part is that besides being a cardiologist, he has a farming business, which is very rare. I don't know. We will find in our conversation whether it was his passion or it's just a business. But other side of Mr. Poonia, he is a community leader, and Dr. Prashara Singh did not stop talk about him when we were trying to interview him, and told us so many things they do together for the community, for the society, not only on a bigger level, but also on a personal level. Please welcome Dr. Poonia in our conversation here with NRIpress.com. Hello, Dr. Poonia. How are you today?
Hello, thank you. And आदाब, नमस्कार and सत श्री अकाल to ਸਾਰੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨੂੰ।
Dr. Poonia, you come from India. I would like to know, what made you go into medical college? Was it a family pressure? Like we have a lot of family pressure from Indians to become doctors. That's true, right? Or you had doctors in your family, or it was your personal passion? We would really like to know that.
Well, I think it's a very important question because as a kid, growing up in a small village, has no idea about medicine or any other subjects in the colleges. Actually, it was popular in our little village that nobody passed high school till when the village was established. So I was the first one to go to high school. So they will all joke around, "Oh, tu ki patwari ban jana." So that was the kind of atmosphere. So unfortunately, I was a teenager, 16, 17, when I lost my mother, and that just turned me around. Why it has to happen? What can I do? I want to stop it, and what is the best way? Where should I go? So I think that turned me around, and I said, I want to be a doctor. I want to look at this from a very close angle, and maybe I'll be going into research and stop this from happening. As a teenager, I was 16 or 16 at that time. So I think that was the major factor which propelled me to go into medicine.
That was the real motivation. So how was your family's reaction when you told them you want to become doctor? Because I know it's a very expensive education. So did your family support you?
Well, like I told you, the situation in the village, my father was the only one who had gone to primary school and did panj jamaata. Yes. So he only emphasized one thing, that education is the answer to all the problems, and you have to get education. But he did not know what education should I get. So I got a lot of help from my teachers, especially my Gyani ji, who was very close to me and who could tell me what is medical and what is non-medical, what is engineering, and all the arts subjects. So I got a lot of guidance from my teachers, especially from my Punjabi teacher, to go into medical. Actually, there was a tussle. My social study teacher told me that because I was on the top in my class, and then in the Punjab University matriculation examination, there was only one university, and all the high schools were under one university at that time. So there were like 2.5 lakh students. So I got in the merit list, and I was like a 41st in the whole of Punjab. So all my teachers were very proud. My headmaster was very happy from a village school that we could have an honor like that. So my teacher told me, you should try ICS. It was IAS was called ICS at that time.
Very prestigious too at that time.
Prestigious, yeah. My social study teacher. So my Punjabi teacher, he said, you'll be better off medical. When I talk to the people around me in the village, they'll say, oh, don't never go to medical, because medical and a village boy, you won't be able to pull it. So I heard of those kind of things. But I think, as I mentioned, the major factor was my mom's demise at a very
Very
critical juncture, and that propelled me that I want to be a doctor. I want to have a close look at life and death from a very close angle.
What made you move to USA?
Well, I was from the very beginning. I was very studious student. Keep reading, keep reading. Even I was told by some of my simple-minded village folks, "Oh, you study so much," because they see me with the books, that tera te munde da dimag fail ho jana. Jana padega. So I used to study a lot, and about America, whatever I read, everything was great from every aspect. And I just made up my mind that I want to go to America and see it, and maybe the skills I have, I can sharpen them, because over there are better research, development, and other resources.
Yes.
So America was the ideal country for me, and I had decided in the high school that that's where I want to go.
Oh, absolutely phenomenal. So, because your whole family was in India, and I'm sure you are on your own here, right? When you moved here. So, tell us something about your journey, because the culture in India, whether it was family or it was colleges or your friendships or your teachers, is totally different. Nowadays, it's very similar, but in 70s, when you come to America, and suddenly a guy from a small village moves to America, tell us, how was your journey and how did you adapt this culture?
Well, it was very exciting for me, and new to me. And some of the things, even in my excitement, I did not know what I'm going to encounter over there. So I landed in Akron, Ohio, where my internship started. And the very first thing I noted, because I was a new guy over there with a turban, and everybody was curious to know about me. And one day I was sitting in the cafeteria with the white nurse, and she asked me, "Dr. Poonia, are you a Christian?" Nobody asked me that question before in my life, and I didn't know what to say. And I said, "No, I'm not a Christian." "Oh, you don't believe in God?" I said, "Yes, I believe in God." So she said, "Then you are a Christian." I said, "Okay, all right." Then I said, "You believe in God?" She said, "Yeah, I believe in God." I said, "Then you are a Sikh, because we believe in God too." So it was her ignorance that she thought only Christians believed in God, not others. So but I caught up on that. I said, "Okay, then you are a Sikh, because you believe in God." So that was something like a cultural encounter, which I did not expect. And then I came to, when I started my hospital, one of the nurses, they paid you a lot of time. Doctors are called so many times. So she told me, "Dr. Poonia, your name is a little difficult to pronounce. Can you change it to something simple?" And by the time I had learned more about America, how the things work, I said, "Listen, you want me to change it to Smith?" She said, she said, "Yeah, something like that." I said, "No, lady, look." I say, there's a donut chain here. I say, if you can pronounce Der Wiener Schnitzel, you can pronounce Poonia.
I cannot.
It's a lot more easier.
I still cannot pronounce that French.
I said, Poonia is a lot more easier to pronounce than Der Wiener Schnitzel. And she laughed. And, so these are but it was not intentional on her part. It was just.
No, I understand. Because sometimes people want not to pronounce your name right.
Not
and
familiar.
It's disrespectful. So I understand where she came from.
Yeah, not familiar with the something new, and they find it a little hard. But things have improved a lot so now.
So what made you move to California?
California, I always wanted to come to California because I read about California, and California was more like a Punjab. And so I heard farming and other things, and a lot of Punjabis. And then other thing is, living in the East Coast, everybody felt whosoever went to California, in New York, a lot of people will ask other people or you, oh, have you been to California? For them, it's like been to Hawaii. So for them, it was coming to California was a big deal. So I said, well, I must be going to a better place. So, but I wanted to come. I had some friends here who started the practice, and I called in Fresno. I didn't want to go to a big area because I was sick of congestion in New York. I didn't want to go to LA or Bay Area. So I picked up a medium-sized city, Fresno, California, where my colleagues were already practicing. So it was nice to come, and I never regretted.
I think California got lucky with a talented doctor like you.
Thank
We
you.
have with you your friend, who is your friend for a long time, Peshora Singh Ji. He's also from Fresno, and I know you guys have done a lot of radio programs together. Peshora Singh Ji himself is, what should I say about him? He's very talented, an architect, a poet, a social activist, anything you name. I don't know where this gentleman gets so much time on his hand to get actively involved. And he's very involved with us. Like we, with NRIpress.com, he's a very integral part in, and he takes, I think, Gary G, he's twice or thrice a week taking participation in debates and discussions, and he gives us a lot of guidelines. Thank you, Peshora Singh Ji, for
Thank you.
with us.
Thank you.
And so, how long you guys been friends?
Well, when I started my practice in Fresno, I was from the very beginning interested in the community affairs, what's happening around. And even it's my habit to scan the major newspapers of India, America, like New York Times and Times of India, Tribune, and in Punjab. So I kept abreast of all the developments going around the current affairs. And also, I want to do something locally in the community. And Peshora Singh was one person who I didn't know him before, but ਸਾਡੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ideas ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਇੰਨੀ ਸੀ ਕਿ we got them together. And at that time, there was a kind of some violent incidents in some gurdwaras in the east side, New York. And we said, we had few 4 or 5 gurdwaras in our area. I said, let's make a platform where we can all get together. At least we can disagree, but there will not be any violence or fight. So we established Sikh Council of Central California for that purpose, and brought the representatives of other Gurdwara into it so that we can agree, disagree. But we did make it clear to the Gurdwaras that we will not be involved in the local Gurdwara affairs. We will be focusing on sending our message to our non-Sikh communities, like an interfaith. And Peshora Singh and myself were really active in that. And like I said, he has multiple talents. So wherever my talent didn't work, his talent of poetry or other things, they worked well. And we have been together ever since. We have personal, family relations, all kinds of relations.
Oh, that is awesome. Peshora Singh Ji, on this note, let us hear something about Dr. Poonia from you.
Welcome, Dr. Poonia, to the NRI Press Club.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anju has brought you to California and to the medical profession and everything which you have done so far. Now, I'm going to ask you a very pertinent question, which we all feel sometimes, but you are the one who did something about it. Most of us, if not all, we feel a sense of kind of a betrayal that we left our country and our people behind who invested in raising us and educating us and for greener pastures, and then we are settled here, leaving them there. So tell us how you went back to your village where you were saying that there was no any high school in the area, and you went back and built a brand new high school for the village. Was that a kind of payback for you?
Well, it is a payback, but I'm aware that when I was trying to come to America, there was a ਮੁਹਿੰਮ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਸੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਕਿ ਵੀ brain drain, India ਦਾ brain drain ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ. I always felt that I will go there, I will do better things, then I can serve my village, my country better with the knowledge and the resources I will be available to in America. So I will be able to serve more than if I just stayed there. So that was my feeling.
Yeah, true. Yes. Okay. How do you feel today as being recognized as one of the 100 outstanding Indians in America?
Well, it makes me feel proud, but at the same time, it has been a humbling experience for me. Coming from a village where small village, like 200 people and 50, 60 houses, where all the village people, they'll wait for me in the evening coming from primary school because they got a letter in Punjabi and they will wait for me to come and read to them because there is nobody else. So I came from those humble beginnings. So that's very humbling. And being on the program and being able to contribute something or maybe give some guidance or encouragement to other youth, it's a proud moment for me.
Hey,
on that note, I want to know, what is the name of your village? We must mention it here.
Yeah, my village name is Arnoli, but when I went back here, like Peshawar Singh told you, we had to go on foot 2 miles to a neighboring bigger village for a school. And, at 2 o'clock, they let you go off. And then it was like, kadakdi topo, but there's pedal, on foot, we had to come back. So I wanted to give my village kids a school which is as good as American school with all the state of the art. And I'm very happy. I'm glad that Waheguru God has given me this opportunity to fulfill that dream. And so I was able to create that school.
You said there were only 200 people when you grew up there. What's the population now? And as Peshawar Singh ji mentioned, you built a school there for the children, which is very touching. So
Right.
what's the population now?
Now the population is grown to about 1,000.
100,000, you mean?
No, 1,000.
1,000.
Still a small village.
Oh, wow.
And somebody asked me a question when we at the inauguration of the school that what has changed since you left the village, doctor? I said, listen, when I was here, there was no electricity. There was the galiyan kachiyan sigi. There was no gurdwara. We didn't know where to go and pray. There was no mandir. There was no masjid. I said, when I come back now, ਸੜਕਾਂ ਲੱਗੀਆਂ ਪਟਿਆਲੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਨੈਕਟਡ ਹੈ ਬਿਜਲੀ ਹੈ ਗਲੀਆਂ ਪੱਕੀਆਂ ਹੋ ਗਈਆਂ ਈਵਨ ਸੀਵਰੇਜ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪਾਇਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਮਸਜਿਦ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਮੰਦਿਰ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਇਟਸ ਅ ਗ੍ਰੇਟ progress for all the villages in India and Punjab particularly.
I think Gary ji has a question for you too.
Gary ji, before I give it to you, let me add a little bit to what when Anju asked Dr. Poonia what brought you to California, especially. I just like to add that Anju, most of the Punjabis, not only Dr. Poonia, but you and I probably are here because we Punjabis have a history of 125 years of being in California, in America. Not many people know, and that is as long as it is. But the sad truth was that there was no mention in the curriculum or in the history, social science, what was being taught in our schools, that the Punjabis were here for that long. And that is another thing which Dr. Poonia also helped me through that Sikh Council of Central California, that we got that right into the syllabus in the curriculum books now, which are being taught in schools and in the post-secondary education also, that the Punjabis were here indeed 125 years ago, and this is their faith, this is their culture, and these are their work ethics. That's why they are so successful. And that is the first time ever that our mention is there now in those books where, the people, most of the people, 100% people go to the high school. At least they should know who our neighbors are and where they come from. And that is another very important thing which we didn't elaborate on that, which you should have asked Dr. Poonia. That is a fact.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, Gary, it is all yours.
I want to add one.
Go ahead, ji. Dr. Sahab, go ahead.
ਮੈਂ ਨਾ ਪੁਸ਼ਾਰਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਵੀ ਫਾਰਮਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਦਾਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਵੀ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਟਰੂ ਕਿ ਬਈ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜੱਟ ਹੈ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਬਣ ਜੇ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਇੰਜੀਨੀਅਰ ਬਣ ਜੇ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਜੋ ਕੁਝ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਬਣ ਜੇ ਜੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਖੁਰਚਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰੋ ਉਹ ਅੰਦਰੋਂ ਕਿਸਾਨ ਨਿਕਲਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੈਲੀਫੋਰਨੀਆ ਦੀ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਅਪੀਲ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਫਾਰਮਿੰਗ ਐਂਡ ਦੈਟਸ ਹਾਊ ਗਾਟ ਮੀ ਆਲਸੋ ਇਨਟੂ ਫਾਰਮਿੰਗ।
Yeah, it connects greatly to your roots. And was your dad a farmer?
He's a farmer, has been farmer from generation to generation. I am the only one who went the other way.
Oh, that's okay. That's you got the resources to bring other aspects in their life, which wasn't possible otherwise. So, you created schools, you created a lot of things along with them, and you are connected to your roots through farming. That's I think very, very good thing to do. Gary ji.
Ji, Dr. Sahab, Poonia Sahab, welcome. Peshawar Singh ji, when he say that, I learned from Peshawar Singh ji, Chetna. Oh God. Chetna word he teach me. ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਸਮਝਦਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਚੇਤਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਲੇਡੀ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੈਗਾ। So anyway.
Yes, Gary ji asked me, show me what is Chetna like. How does she look like?
Then I feel thanks for actually Chanjit Bhatt, who actually introduced Peshawar Singh ji long time ago. But unfortunately, I didn't bother 4 or 5 years. ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਇਹ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਹੀ ਖੇਤੀ ਵਾਲਾ ਮਿਲਾਏਗਾ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਪਰ anyway, Peshawar Singh never be late. Peshawar Singh ji, thank you very much. ਆਪਣੇ ਪੂਨੀਆ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬੜਾ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਨੇ ਖੇਤੀਬਾੜੀ ਦਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ ਆਈ ਨੋ ਦੈਟ ਐਵਰੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਾਂਟਸ ਇਟ, ਨੰਬਰ 1। ਨੰਬਰ 2, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਨੇ, ਆਈ ਰੀਅਲੀ ਕਨਵਿੰਸਡ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਹੈ। ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਤੇ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ 'ਚ ਵੀ, ਟੀਵੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵੀ, ਮੋਰ ਸਟਰੋਂਗਰ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਵਰਲਡ ਵਾਈਡ ਐਜ਼ ਏ NRI, ਡੂ ਯੂ ਥਿੰਕ ਦੈਟ?
ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਦੇਖੋ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਆਊਟਲੁੱਕ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ 21st ਸੈਂਚੁਰੀ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਤੋਪਾਂ ਤਲਵਾਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜ਼ਮਾਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇੱਥੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੈਪਨ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਮੀਡੀਆ। ਤੇ ਜੇ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਇੱਕ ਐਸਾ ਵੈਪਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿੱਤ ਵੀ ਹਾਸਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੇ ਦੁਸ਼ਮਣ ਨੂੰ ਮਿੱਤਰ ਵੀ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਤੇ ਵੀ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਜੇ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਹਾਸਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ। ਜੇ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਅੱਛਾਈ ਹੈ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਕੁ ਗੁਣ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਐਪਰੀਸ਼ੀਏਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਣਗੇ। ਸੋ ਯੂ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ ਲੈਟ them know who you are, how good you are, how can you be helpful, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਆਟੋਮੈਟਿਕਲੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮਿੱਤਰ ਬਣ ਜਾਣਗੇ। ਤੇ ਜੇ ਮਿੱਤਰ ਬਣ ਗਏ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਆਫ ਵਿਊ ਵੀ ਅੱਗੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਪੇਗੇਟ ਹੋਏਗਾ। ਸੋ ਮੀਡੀਆ 'ਚ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਤੋਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਰਿਹਾ। ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਮੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਕਰ ਦਿਆਂ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ਪੇਪਰ ਹੈ ਪੰਜਾਬ 'ਚ ਰੋਜ਼ਾਨਾ ਸਪੋਕਸਮੈਨ, ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਐਡੀਟਰ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਇਨਕਰੇਜ ਕੀਤਾ ਜੀ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਇੱਕ ਮੈਗਜ਼ੀਨ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ, ਹੁਣ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਮਲਟਾ ਕਰੋੜ ਤੇ ਮਲਟਾ ਅਰਬ ਡਾਲਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਿਊਜ਼ਪੇਪਰ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੁਲਾਇਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ we want to help you to put up a neutral, independent media in Punjab so that the people can get the right information, the truth. And that's what he promised. So I invited him here, and we got together some of my colleagues, and we also funded him somewhat initially, but and it turned out to be a very good, influential newspaper now. So I don't know what happens tomorrow, but I was trying to say that I believe firmly in media, and media is the biggest weapon you can ever use against against injustice, against anything.
ਵੈਰੀ ਸਮਾਲ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਫਿਰ ਅੰਜੂ ਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਕਰ ਲੈਣਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਪੋਸਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਸੈਕੰਡ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਆ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਥਰੂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਡਲ ਬਣਾਈਏ ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਪਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਕਰੀਏ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਗੁਜਰਾਤੀ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਦੋਸਤ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੰਗਾਲੀ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛੇ ਦੋਸਤ ਨੇ ਬੜੀਆਂ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਬਣੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਪੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਮੈਡੀਕਲ ਦੀ ਬੜੀ 33-35 ਹਜ਼ਾਰ ਬੰਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਇਨਵੋਲਵ ਆ ਕੈਲੀਫੋਰਨੀਆ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਵੀ ਬਟ ਮੈਡੀਕਲ ਟੂਰਿਜ਼ਮ ਵੀ ਸਟਾਰਟਡ 2 years ago ਮੈਡੀਕਲ ਟੂਰਿਜ਼ਮ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈਗੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਪੂਨੀਆ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਹੋਰ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ ਨਾਟ ਓਨਲੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਮਾਡਲ ਵੀ ਮੇਡ ਇਟ ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੈਡੀਕਲ ਟੂਰਿਜ਼ਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਹਸਪੀਟਲ ਸੈਟਅਪ ਕਰਤੇ ਈਵਨ ਫੋਰਟਿਸ ਹਸਪੀਟਲ ਮਨਾਰ ਹਸਪੀਟਲ ਵੱਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਹਸਪੀਟਲ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਚ we take 2 hospitals in each city and dentist to each city doctor to each city we told them through Justice Singh controlling from here any NRI land in Punjab he or she must be looked after medically just like in US must be immediately does not matter they have money or not they will pay it don't worry about that if they don't have that but still they cannot refuse it it's already successes going on and we always discuss Pashora Singh and they are also so we are working on that we will talk later on in this topic here medical tourism there's maybe doctors can help it then that model Punjab then we will be do Bengal New Delhi and Madras that is a Punjabis should do it ਲੰਗਰ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿਖਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਡਿਫਿਕਲਟੀ ਆ ਲੰਗਰ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਜਾਣੇ ਨੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡਾ ਮੈਡੀਕਲ health and education that we should do it. Thank you very much. Anju ji, you can take over. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you for time.
Yeah, that is what Mr. Gary Gariwal said. Like our biggest issue is always, I'm going to India. What if I fall sick? And all of us, when we have an American passport or a British passport, we are scared to enter an hospital because, they know they got money. Let's diagnose them with everything. That's scary, Right. Not that everybody is bad and good. We have a mixed community everywhere. But we are trying to make sure that we get the right services and we are not paying for what we don't have to. That is the kind of platform Gary G is trying to create for NRIs to feel more protected, to feel more taken care of, that we are not scared to travel to India. We know anything we need, there are people there to help us. And even as he said, Justice Jora Singh and all, these people are so open. Even if you don't need anything, you want to talk to me, come enjoy my hospitality. The NRI, it has NRI.com is not only a social media now, it has become a family worldwide. So interesting, last night when I was going through some things to get ready for this meeting today, a friend of mine called. She's visiting from New York in Fresno. So I said, oh, wow, interesting. You're in Fresno and I am going to talk to somebody tomorrow from Fresno. Guess what? The lady, her cousin knows you so well. And our conversation got so interesting. That lady said, oh, I know Dr. Poonia. He can touch your heart with what he does. And I said, did you have a heart problem? She said, no. One time we went to him for some community issue. The way he handled it, the way he helped us, not only financially, but also morally supporting us, it really touched her heart. So as a cardiologist, not only medically you touch hearts, you are touching hearts with your work, with your dedication.
Thank you.
And taking care of community. And as an NRI, along with everybody here, I'm very proud of you. Also, tell us about your children. You have 2 children, a boy and a girl, right? So are they also doctors? Did daddy instructed them to go into medical field or they are doing something else?
Well, whatever field they went on their own. Daddy only guided them. My son is a doctor.
Oh, is he?
And first he said he doesn't, he want to be something else. I said, that's
Uh-huh.
okay. You want to be, was interested in the computer engineering.
Yeah.
And then one day he comes to me, Dad, he was in the university, that I don't want to sit in front of the computer monitor all day long. I want to deal with people. So I said, well, you know where you can deal with people, you have to go into medicine. So from that day, he said, okay, I'll do medicine. So he's where I'm sitting now. I'm Santa Barbara here. He's practicing medicine here.
So what is he specializes in?
Nephrologist. He's a kidney specialist.
Oh, absolutely good.
Nephrologist.
And how about your daughter?
My daughter is in the Bay Area. She's in the business, like property management and rentals and gas stations. And her husband, both they manage properties.
Oh, very nice. No, I understand. Like when we encourage our children to become doctors, we Punjabis have a feeling of seva always. It's not only profession or money, it also, you have hands-on, right? To help
Right.
people,
Yeah.
to bring. I have another question from you here.
Before you go to another question, let me clarify. It is close to my heart. I
Oh,
have been a big supporter of women's rights. And
Yeah.
I have seen, if I was in India, maybe my thinking will not be the same coming to this country. So a lot of people ask me, oh, you only have one son? I said, no, I have two children. You know, one daughter and a boy. And they are, whatever I have, everything I share with them 50-50.
Okay.
So it's not a girl or a boy, my two
I
children.
get
And I think the girls deserve that. And I encourage my other, wherever I go, for more, give them more rights, property rights, so that they feel equal, because there is no difference between a boy and a girl. So I will always tell them, don't tell me I have one son, I have two children.
Absolutely. I have two daughters myself.
Friend-in-law.
One is in medical field, the other is an attorney, and I don't think anybody is as blessed as I am. How I feel. Yes.
Anju,
Same.
Anju, I tell you, let me tell one more thing about Dr. Poonia's son, which he forgot. You know, before he started talking to Dad, I want to computer engineering, I want to do this, I want to do that. When he was young, he was a gangster also. And he was, and I tell you very interesting story.
Macho guy, football guy.
He was in a,
not a
he was,
gangster,
he
but
was
a
in-
football guy.
no, he was, no. He was in a gang fight. And these people were fighting. And I just happened to pass by and I had to intervene and break the fight and sent him home. So this is where he began. You know, this is where all these youths begin.
Well, you know, all the Punjabi kids, when they always have something, some
Leader.
dispute, they kind of
Yeah.
get
I
physical
think-
with each other. This is
Yeah,
very
kind
common.
of.
So it couldn't happen without your better half. Tell us about her. Is she from here or she came from India? How did you meet her?
My wife is from India. We were married in India, and my wife has been like a silent backer. Yeah, we were just we discuss all the time, and even yesterday we were discussing, looking at our kids and their spouses, because in our situation, when we go out and to practice, I never worried about anything about children,
Yes.
about house, about groceries. And sometimes I find that these days, even my son, okay, he will have to do more of those chores than what we
But
didn't
we
do.
did. Yes.
Actually, I always give them the excuse, because growing up, when I came back from school, my mom told me, don't go to the kitchen. That's not your place. You sit here. I'll give you everything, whatever you want, but you give me the grades, good grades, and that's your job. So that's what I thought my job was, and I did well on that. And my wife helped me a lot to make the kids grow up and not let me be distracted from my profession or these social activities.
Absolutely. And that's what makes you successful, when you don't have to worry so much for the home.
That's right.
But
Gives you-
Anju, there are other reasons why they don't let the son go to the kitchen. For example, my wife doesn't let me go to the kitchen because I make a lot of mess there. And she has to clean that mess. And she
No,
says,
you
I'm
don't.
better.
You
I'm
don't
better.
only make a mess, you leave it behind too.
Okay.
So she tells me that I'm better without your help, you know.
Yeah.
So you stay out.
The only thing I learned that I can make a tea. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
Gary ji, you want to say something, I guess, Gary.
ਓਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ 2 ਮਿੰਟ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਲੋਜ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਸ਼ਰਮਾ ਜੀ ਅੰਜੂ ਜੀ ਵੂਮਨ ਐਮਪਾਵਰਮੈਂਟ ਦੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਆ ਰੀਅਲੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੇ ਕਾਫੀ ਖਿਆਲ ਰਲਦੇ ਨੇ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਵਰਕਿੰਗ ਫॉर ਵੂਮਨ ਐਮਪਾਵਰਮੈਂਟ ਕਿਮੀ ਵਰਮਾ ਸ਼ੀ ਇਜ਼ ਵਰਕਿੰਗ ਵਿਦ ਅਸ ਵਿਦ ਅੰਜੂ ਸ਼ਰਮਾ ਜੀ ਆਲ ਸਾਡਾ ਵਰ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਵੂਮਨ ਐਮਪਾਵਰਮੈਂਟ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ ਇਨ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਡੂਇੰਗ ਇਟ and educate them become a top what do you call it media executives.
Yeah.
So they can bring a change. We are working on that. Okay. Peshwara Singh ji, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਲਫ਼ਜ਼ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਫਾਈਨਲ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਟਾਈਮ ਵੀ ਲਿਮਟ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੱਖਣੀ ਪੈਣੀ ਹੈ ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ Peshwara
No,
Singh
I
ji,
just want to thank Dr. Poonia from my heart.
Okay.
He's a very busy man, and he found the time for us.
So nice
And
of you.
we appreciate that, and we
Thank
will keep him on, and we will ask him to join us in future programs sometimes.
ਅੰਜੂ ਜੀ close ਕਰ ਦਿਓ ਜੀ
Thank you, Dr. Poonia. It was really, really very refreshing learning about your story of success and your transition to America. And here you are with us today. You feel like a very accomplished man, and I'm very proud of you as NRI. And stay tuned with us. We'll be back with more NRIs and their success stories and many missions going on in India and worldwide.
I want to say the last 2 lines that my motto is माना के इस जहां को ना गुलजार बना सके हम पर कुछ हार तो कम कर गए गुजरे जिधर से हम.
Oh God, great. So
and
nice
that,
of you.
and may
So
God
nice.
give you, may Vaheguru give you power to continue your services.
Next time we will explore his poetic side also. Anju, I didn't tell you, he's a poet also. He's a very good
Okay.
Punjabi
Oh,
poet.
we will. Thank you. Thank
We'll have a
Okay.
Kavi Smelan. How about that?
Yes.
It
Thank
was
you.
so nice, and I wish I
Yeah.
could help you, NRI Press, in any way you
And
want.
we are looking forward to
Thank you.
take your help. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Sat Sri Akal.
Bye.